Welcome to the Enterprise Manager webinar. The duration of this presentation is approximately 12 minutes. Meet Acme Company, a successful and entrepreneurial leader in home appliances. Their marketing department has already adopted OutSystems platform and has also fully implemented an application for their mass awareness campaigns. Soon, after only a couple of weeks of successful usage, they started developing a Salesforce automation software and their own customer management tool. Seeing all this rapid implementation, finance department soon started their own state-of-the-art billing software, having in mind a fast and easy integration with marketing's customer management application. After further evaluation and with the good integration offered by OutSystems platform, they decided that a material purchase tool was in need. It was developed in just 3 weeks. Enter the production department. With all buzz around these fast-built applications, they soon evaluated their own production scheduling software. Later, they made another one, the assembly liner, for tracking manufacturing performance. Together with the growing tendency of Acme Company, Human Resources decided to integrate it with Time Report, an OutSystems application to manage the workers' time reports. Everyone was happy in their own department. However, there were some problems they soon observed. Human Resources sometimes picked too much over production department applications and even did some changes on their own. Also, Marketing department was desperate for the latest finances budget and not willing to wait also access its applications. On the overall, there was a lack of auditing and the very messy integration of the whole enterprise's IT infrastructure. Enter Mr. Waldo Raff. He was invited to analyze the situation and after some evaluation, he promptly discovered the solution to all their problems: to have a centralized view and management of all their custom enterprise applications. Hence, our goal today in this webinar is the Enterprise Manager. We will be showing how it can provide enormous advantages to the Acme Company. Our agenda will be the following. First of all, you will see an overview of the problem and how Mr. Waldo Raff's advice will actually solve Acme's problem. Then, you will be explained how this solution enables Acme's infrastructure, meaning how each application can be easily integrated into this new architecture. Finally, we will quickly list some common features that will be used by all the enterprise's applications. Before Mr. Waldo had introduced Enterprise Manager to Acme Company, he analyzed the actual state of things. Pretty messy, huh? Basically, all applications were on OutSystems platform and the systems administrator used Service Center console to manage their applications. The purpose of Service Center, however, was very different from what was pretended here. Service Center administrates the OutSystems platform, its applications and their runtime monitoring resources. Now, with Enterprise Manager, a whole different approach is taken. Every department will have its application centralized, meaning its registered users will be defined in this Enterprise Manager solution, as well as all departments and several Acme factories can be geographically located and the whole enterprise's hierarchy integrated with the rest of their tools. This is the new reference architecture, an IT framework in which Enterprise Manager provides centralized business management. Mr. Waldo, how can you just put Enterprise Manager in all that previous mess? Quite easily, mate. I'll show you how we can start enabling this infrastructure right away. Enterprise Manager has the ability to import each department application in a wizard fashion. Special connectors are used to make this a simple process. Each application must also construct their own connectors. So, to connect an application to Enterprise Manager, the only thing we have to do is to define some import configurations into each application. Optionally, you might want to initialize some application data. This is called Bootstrap. All these configurations will allow Enterprise Manager to know the basic things to do when importing the application and define its success. The final result will be a centralized view of all the applications. Once the applications are imported, so their respective back office will be ready inside Enterprise Manager. So, for example, Finance Department Billing application will have discounts and account specifics that should be defined in the back office, that is Enterprise Manager. The screens already in use in the application can be called from each back office entry, so you can see how Enterprise Manager provides a centralized business back office. This is where all your business-specific configurations will take place. But Enterprise Manager doesn't only concentrate application screens. It has a set of functionalities that can really enable your enterprise's infrastructure. The global settings, for example. The global settings feature exposes several business configurations that all your applications can access to. Imagine that all department applications had a company contact to send emails. Administrator, for example. This contact could well be defined as a global setting, allowing all applications to access it. Furthermore, imagine that some of these applications would need to know a mail server address, and so on and so on. The organization hierarchy translates Acme's organization chart. This way, the enterprise's applications can identify specific areas in their business logic. Say, for example, the assembly liner performance application made by production department. With Enterprise Manager's organization hierarchy, it's much more easier to fetch all the employees belonging to each factory group. Location and language can be both defined and used by every Enterprise Manager application. Production department would certainly want to track its factories both geographically and at the same time allowing seamless translation of contents to their American as well as Chinese colleagues. With Enterprise Manager, auditing could be brought to a further level. Instead of hassling poor Joe the administrator with both platform as well as business audits, he would be most happy if he could just handle the first with Service Center console. In Enterprise Manager, the business details like billing transactions and purchases would be registered apart for business auditing purposes. Meet Jonas the auditor. With user group definition, marketing department could easily manage their teams into a more functional approach. So, for example, their sales team could be grouped into Team Green and Team Red. This way, their applications could easily reflect this and distribute projects to their teams in a more proper way. User accounts. All Acme's enterprise users would be identified in Enterprise Manager. Human resources would no longer use production department applications without the proper privilege or role. While a privilege allows access to a certain application feature, roles provide business functions with a set of privileges. So, in Acme Company, if Mr. John Doe from Human Resources Department could in fact use a production department application, he would be given a special role. Also, imagine a practical situation where Mr. John Doe was out for holidays. He could easily delegate his role to his work colleagues. At last, but certainly not the least, is the single sign-on feature. Basically, this means that Peter D. from the production department, when logging for the first time in Enterprise Manager, wouldn't have to do it again for any other of its applications. Furthermore, this unified login feature can work with several other existing authentication methods, be it Enterprise Manager's own authentication, LDAP infrastructure, or Windows integrated authentication. These could all be seamlessly incorporated into Enterprise Manager's user access. So, let's quickly sum up all that we've just seen. In the very first part, Mr. Waldo introduced a whole new architecture, which we call the reference architecture. Playing a central role is Enterprise Manager. While Enterprise Manager provides business-specific features, Service Center manages the OutSystems platform applications and runtime resources. Furthermore, Enterprise Manager provides common resources and features that a company infrastructure can take advantage of. Next, you were told how it is possible to integrate, that is, import existing applications into Enterprise Manager. This is done through configuration settings which allow connecting both applications. Once in Enterprise Manager, you can access from one single place to all your application's back offices. We then saw a set of features that Enterprise Manager provides to enable the company's business framework. It offers multiple resources and functionalities that all its applications can use and share. These are global settings, organization hierarchy, locations and languages, auditing features, as well as user and group management. One interesting thing about users is their access control, which defines how they can get into the several applications. Users can also have roles, which define functions with a distinct set of privileges. Moreover, we've seen how users can log in a unified manner to any enterprise application, being it locally or through LDAP infrastructure or even through Windows integrated authentication. This is called single sign-on, which allows a user to access the whole set of applications in Enterprise Manager without doing it for each one individually. This is the end of our webinar. Please go to Solution site in OutSystems.net to download Enterprise Manager. Thank you very much for your time.